you know that?
Sinatra's image as a bad boy was partly shaped by incidents in his personal life that caught media attention. His mugshot, resulting from police arrests, further solidified this image. He was arrested for defending his wife Nancy from an attack by a fan in a nightclub.
The 12th of December, the legendary singer and actor Frank Sinatra's birthday, and I'm going to tell you 20 previously unknown facts and quotes. So let's go.
Sinatra's entry into the world was nothing short of dramatic. Born seemingly lifeless in Hoboken, New Jersey, he was initially disregarded by the attending doctor and left on a kitchen table. His grandmother, in a desperate move, submerged him in cold water, which shockingly initiated his first breath and cry. The complications during Sinatra's birth left him with physical reminders: a scar running from the corner of his mouth along the line of his chin, and a damaged left ear. These scars, along with the acne he suffered in his teenage years, earned him the nickname Scarface among his peers. This aspect of his appearance was something he was self-conscious about throughout his life. Despite the fact that the defects could be hidden, Frank Sinatra hated to be photographed from the left side. He also considered himself not tall enough, his height is 170 centimeters, and wore special shoes that visually made him taller by several centimeters.
People often remark that I'm pretty lucky. Luck is only important insofar as getting the chance to sell yourself at the right moment. After that, you've got to have talent and know how to use it.
Did you know that big band theory star Enigmatic was born on the same day as Frank Sinatra? The first all-metal Junkers J1 airplane made its maiden flight in Germany, and National Dingaling Day is celebrated. Especially for my viewers, I have created a series of 365 illustrated albums of the highlights of each day of the year. This is a great inexpensive birthday gift. Check out the link in the description.
In an era where public image and media perception were crucial, Sinatra's biographer George Evans crafted a unique strategy to enhance his popularity. Evans hired young girls to attend Sinatra's performances and scream with excitement, simulating genuine fan hysteria. This tactic was aimed at drawing more attention to Sinatra and establishing him as a youth idol. Sinatra's influence and popularity were so significant that they prompted concerns from a radio listener who reported to the FBI that Sinatra's charisma and reach could potentially lead to a rise in mass hysteria, akin to that of Adolf Hitler. This bizarre comparison contributed to the FBI's decision to keep a close watch on Sinatra, adding to his already complex public image. Sinatra had an extensive FBI file spanning several decades. It included various allegations and associations, though many were unproven or exaggerated. In 1945, Frank Sinatra made a short film, The House I Live In, which reflected his attitude towards anti-Semitism and racial intolerance.
You must be a bunch of those Nazi werewolves I've been reading about.
Mister, are you screwy?
Not me, I'm an American.
Well, what do you think we are?
Ironically, a decade later, his liberal views turned against him. He was seen as a communist sympathizer. Sinatra never testified to the intelligence services on the subject, but the incident gave reason to draw the attention of the FBI and add new data to his personal file. Sinatra suffered from severe eustachian tube dysfunction, which left him prone to ear infections and contributed to his being classified as unfit for military service during World War II. However, according to the FBI, it is also known that Sinatra paid more than $40,000 to avoid serving in the U.S. Army.
Alcohol may be man's worst enemy, but the Bible says love your enemy.
Released in 1946, the debut album, The Voice of Frank Sinatra, had a certain concept. At a time when long-playing records were still a novelty, Sinatra released an album of 8 songs recorded on a 78 RPM record. All tracks were about lost love and sold for $2.5 each, about $50 by today's standards. Such a price did not prevent the album from staying at the top of the chart for 7 weeks. Frank Sinatra's star began to fade dramatically in the early 1950s. Things were so bad that he even attempted suicide. Walking through Times Square, he saw a crowd of girls eager to attend a concert by the new vocal sensation Eddie Fisher, Feeling deeply devastated, Sinatra returned to his apartment, turned on the gas, and stuck his head in the oven. Fortunately, his manager returned in time to find the singer sobbing on the floor. Later, Sinatra made 3 more suicide attempts. All of them were connected with a difficult relationship with actress Ava Gardner. Their relationship was characterized by intense emotions, with reports of fiery arguments and passionate reconciliations. Both had strong personalities and were known for their fiery tempers, which often led to public disputes.
If you possess something but you can't give it away, then you don't possess it, it possesses you.
With his buddies Dean Martin, Sammy Davis, Joey Bishop, and Peter Lawford, Frank Sinatra traveled to Las Vegas. Their inseparable company was called the Rat Pack. The members of this tight circle of musicians and actors preferred to call themselves the Summit. In 1963, Sinatra's son, Frank Sinatra Jr., was kidnapped. There were rumors that the kidnapping was a hoax to promote his career, but these were never substantiated. He had a great passion for model trains. Sinatra had an extensive collection and even a room in his house dedicated to this hobby. Frank Sinatra's friendship with President John F. Kennedy was a prominent aspect of his life. Their relationship began in the late 1950s and flourished during Kennedy's presidential campaign in 1960, with Sinatra actively supporting Kennedy and even altering the lyrics of his hit High Hopes for the campaign. This friendship brought mutual benefits, enhancing Kennedy's appeal among younger voters and elevating Sinatra's status. However, concerns about Sinatra's alleged mafia connections, particularly from Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, led to a cooling of their relationship.
Frank Sinatra passed away on the 14th of May in 1998, but his legacy endures. His recordings continue to be celebrated for their emotional depth and stylistic innovation, and his impact on popular culture and music is immeasurable. Sinatra not only defined a musical era, but also became a symbol of perseverance, charisma, and the transformative power of art. And that's it for today. Subscribe to my channel right now, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye bye!